bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Bring 'em Out with your hosts, Joel Richardson and Alan Hill.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom inside the Speakeasy for another episode of Bring 'em Out. I'm Alan Hill, here with Soul Joel himself, Joel Richardson. Today we have a very special guest, comedian Sergio Chicon. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man.
Great to
bring
see
them
you.
out, bring them out. It's hard to, when the barrel is in your mouth.
Yeah.
T.I.
T.I.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gangsta music at its finest.
Yeah. There's no Ed. No, you can say whatever you want.
I don't curse anymore. I'm a church going man these days. I'm a God-fearing man, so I refrain from any sort of profanity these days.
And that will be tested in the Melody Room in T-minus.
That is most certainly correct.
Few things you got to know about Sergio right off top. Him and I, day one, 17 years ago, Lower East Side, Laugh Lounge.
Yes.
Yeah. We used to do shows all the time.
Wow.
But he was scheduled to headline, the last Friday in March, right after the shutdown. And as you know, all the comics tend to mess with me. And he's text message. He goes, "Hey man, really excited to headline your new spot. What's the food situation?" And I'm like reading it. I'm like New York's worse than here. Like, what are you talking? Like, the whole world shut down.
We're in the middle of the pandemic, and I'm like, I'm 15 minutes away. What's going on? What kind of burgers you got on deck?
But Soul Joel's is ready to go.
Yeah. Who's more gullible than Joe? Yeah,
I know.
Don't be so gullible, McFly. You gotta love Joe because it's like very playful. That you can tell him anything. He's like, really?
Totally, man. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
But you let it go on for like 5 minutes.
yeah, I did. I was having a time of my life. I was laying on my belly with my feet crossed. Yeah. Having a time of my life.
Meanwhile, I'm having a mild stroke.
Yes, I can see it.
Oh
I can see it, yeah. Calling every burger joint in town.
You did well during the pandemic. Props to you, man. I had a
Yeah,
great
man.
pandemic as well. Yeah, I had a good one. You know, I know it's not something that we should be celebrating, but holy shit, when it's good, it's good.
Dude.
Well, so
Send those stimulus checks. I can buy more exotic animals. Yeah.
But that's why I can't understand if you're joking or not. Because living in
I'm
New York
joking,
City,
but I'm not playing.
But the thing, like, because you found the two loves. You love boxing and personal training along with comedy. But like nothing got hit harder than both of those things during the pandemic. So when you're like, I had a great pandemic, I can't.
Yo, listen, man. I flipped the script. The script real quick. What I did was I got on Zoom and I had my bunions out with my cat rolling back and forth in the background, and I did boxing classes online.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like the Puerto Rican Billy Blanks, Ty Boat style. Had my head showing.
Nice.
Come on, Megan, keep those hands up. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a donation class. My Venmo is right in the corner.
That's
what
great,
I did, man.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Just gotta do it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. The
Yeah.
comics are the best for that.
I had a shirt with my Cash App. Right. Yellow armpit stains.
Right, because you got to diversify your portfolio. Oh, you don't have Venmo? Maybe you have Cash App.
Exactly.
That's all
How about
of them.
PayPal? We got them all.
Yeah, right.
All under the umbrella.
So explain how many animals do you now have in?
In the New York City tenement, yes, I have 8 snakes, a Connet Corso.
Wait, no, shut up. 8 snakes?
I have 8 snakes.
Oh, this
They
is
may be
unbelievable.
illegal, but you know.
Shout out to Sergio Chicon.
We're in Pennsylvania right now, where rattlesnakes are actually shown and on display and for sale at reptile shows. So you guys got to get your affairs in order out here. But I'm all for it. I'm pro venomous.
I love it.
Reptile
I'm
keeping.
all about the reptile talk.
Yeah.
So
So,
you're
yeah, I have a
the
lot of
Lord of
animals.
reptiles.
Yeah, I love the reptiles. I got Persian cats.
Specifically Persian.
Yeah, the Persian. So that means they don't have a nose. Their nose is very small, so it sounds like they've been doing blow all night. They're like, yeah. For my satisfaction, I got those designer cats because they're beautiful to look at.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but they can't breathe very well.
They're like the bulldogs of
Yes,
cats.
exactly.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, we actually have one. We got an operation for one, so we open up the nasal passage, and so I could breathe better. Now
Is it
he's
like the sleep apnea
"Thank
thing
God."
that got people get?
Right.
No shit.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It was an easy procedure. I paid a guy in the Bronx to do it for $30.
Oh,
So, and I got to hook up. So
did he pierce your daughter's ears while she was there?
Yeah, if you ain't breathing right, see my man Diego who got you.
Everyone
Yeah,
in New York's
breathing
got a
right.
guy.
You got a guy.
He has a joke about that. He's an original. Like he's a Lower East Side Aborigine.
Yeah, there's not too many of us left. Lower East Side's gentrified now, so I'm like the polar bear.
I love
Not
that.
many of us
I
left.
watched the one pod you did with I forget his name, but the Lower East Side dude.
Oh,
The old guy that's
Clayton
been
Patterson.
documenting it forever.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was
He
really
had like
interesting.
an IG sort of social network thing going on prior to anything digitally happening.
Oh, I
so
didn't know. Yeah,
you
that's-
were
yeah,
walk
that's
by his
fascinating, Joe.
storefront and he had Polaroid pictures of all the neighborhood people. And he hung them on the wall. He would take a picture of you and then just hang them on the wall. And then you would buy for $5. But it was like a collage of pictures of Lower East Side natives, and from garment store owners to tailors to barbers to local drug dealers to gang members. And it was a very colorful collage, man. It's like a
Local legends.
local legend. And it's like it really suspended. It's like a museum of photos. So he's a very interesting dude.
Yeah, that was fascinating, man. I saw that name and I was like, I don't know who that is. I looked it up and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool.
He has a few documentaries, and he's a very interesting dude from
He's got
Canada.
that. Did you ever see that Harvey Keitel movie Smoke, where he plays a guy like that? I was wondering if that might be based on the guy, but pointless speculation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know but he's a very important part of the Lower East Side.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. Clayton Patterson. Yeah.
So Sergio and I, a couple summers before the pandemic, maybe the summer before the pandemic, we went to Nantucket. Okay.
Nantucket is beautiful, but it's white. It don't get any whiter than Nantucket. Holy shit. It is right.
Yeah, I went to
Beautiful.
Nantucket with Sergio and Mark DeMeo.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, and we were all sleeping on bunk beds.
Yeah.
With pillows with no pillowcases.
Get out.
We stayed in the band house, and literally, like in 1990, Dave Matthews stayed there.
No.
And they still have you're like, I don't know if I want to know that like this band house has been used for 15 years, more,
Yeah.
maybe 25.
Yeah, and I remember, Mark DeMeo had a girlfriend that he brought there, and it was all three of us housing. It was a beautiful time.
Four.
For what?
You, me, Mark, and her.
Right. Okay. Wait. You were in there too? I thought you had your own.
Well,
it doesn't matter, but it was a very charming establishment. Bunk beds. At the age of 35 or whatever, however old I was,
hilarious.
sleeping on a bunk bed. I had to climb down a little crickety ladder. With fucking,
You were on top.
Yeah. Of course I was.
But this is how gullible I am. I had my whole thing. I was coming from Staten Island. DeMeo was working in Manhattan with his day job still, whatever. Like, so I was gonna pick him up, and then Sergio was like, "Pick me up in the Lower East Side, and then we'll pick up DeMeo." Well, that whole thing made us hit traffic, Connecticut. We missed the boat to get to Nantucket, but I'm going 90 miles an hour.
In a car that hadn't been cleaned since 2002. He had tax statements.
Oh, this is part of the story.
Those banana peels in the back.
Is this the same Soldier mobile?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yes.
It is? Okay, right. Okay, it is that one. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this is the part of the story that was not relevant to. This is why we're good friends. I'm like, that's the
I
part,
could've
not
sit
the
in the
fact that
back.
we
There
missed
was
the
a
boat.
There was a bunch of tickets, expired, unpaid tickets. I was sitting on Mark DeMeo's lap while he's speeding with the windows open, his hair just flapping in the wind, just like this.
And he's DJing, listening to Juicy J.
Oh, I'm listening to the most ratchet, deep Memphis hardcore gangster horror rap music.
and we're in Connecticut.
And that promotes a different energy.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of one song was like, living like a rock star, never stay sober, bruh. That type of shit. And
Different kind
DeMeo's
of
in the
energy.
back going, dude, we're going to miss the boat. Just stop.
yeah, you almost got us killed. And then we went to a diner, I slept in a Days Inn, and it was all good.
Yeah, a Days Inn in Cape Cod.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It was the nicest Days
Yeah, I was
Inn.
gonna say, yeah, it's got to be an upscale Days Inn.
It was upper echelon.
Yeah, and we made the boat the following day.
Yeah.
And it was all right. It was all right. It's always gonna be all right.
And we ran like 6 miles. I mean, I took advantage of having you as a friend and a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
you
you
got
Got
you
some
going.
miles
Yeah,
in.
yep.
That was a good time.
Yeah, he told me, get out of the bunk beds. Let's go.
Yeah.
This podcast, you use some personal training.
Oh yeah.
You know what I like about Joe? He's a very self-motivating dude because he at 4 miles in, he was like, "Come on, Joe, let's do it." And I'm like, Jesus Christ. He was talking to himself. Yeah, he was
Dude,
like,
that's when I
"Come on,
know
Joe,
he's
you
got
can
a
do
good
it."
memory.
Yeah.
Because no
Yeah,
one
stop
yells at
fucking
Joel
around,
more than
Joel.
Joel.
Yeah, stop fucking around, Joe. You can do it. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he did the 6 miles. He did. He completed the 6 miles. That was the we said we're gonna do 6
It was the
miles.
challenge. Yeah, that's so cool,
And he
man.
ran that shit.
That wrestlers,
How many
man.
marathons have you ran?
4.
4.
2. I did New York and Philly, and then I did the loneliest. The New York's obviously like great, like everybody's cheering you on. But then I did the one down in Cape May.
Okay.
So it's you run from Cape May all the way to Sea Isle City. And it was like my mom 3 times during the thing. Like no one's shit. Like it's so lonely. You just hear the wind
tough
whispering.
run.
Tough run.
Yeah, so New York.
You did New York.
Yeah, I did New York twice.
Oh, wow.
And the first time, you get caught up in the hype. You're running through neighborhood and specific demographics. You're hitting Brooklyn. All the Italians are out there. The Sunset Park, all the Mexicans are out there. Yeah. And then, you hit a bridge where I forget what bridge it is, the Queensboro Bridge, and it gets lonely. So I forget how many miles you're in, but it's like you hit that bridge, and then you hear the breathing, like, oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And it gets lonely. And then you really, like, there's none of that celebrate,
living right
yeah.
there.
And my hip flexors tightened up, and I was running like my name was Barbara at the age of 65. I was like, oh. And the best treat I got at the end of that bridge, somebody gave me a Snickers bar.
Oh, shit.
What?
God, this
And you're like,
melted.
that's exactly what I needed.
Yeah, I started running like Mega Man. Remember Mega Man? The power up. I was like, but I was hurting, man. I was asking people passing, how many more miles to go? My stride was whack and my bunions were on fire. So it was a very anticlimactic finish because I was in so much pain.
Right.
But that's life, right? Like, you fucking get through it.
Right.
Right? Like, so after I was done with it, I was like, I'm not doing that shit again. But then, of course,
Yeah. You're like, I got to beat that
2
time.
years later, and I figured it out, and it was a great run the second time, yeah.
Well, the thing is that you have to go through all 5 boroughs. So you start in Staten Island.
wow.
You have a quick cup of coffee. You're already in Brooklyn. Then you go Brooklyn to Queens, and you're in Manhattan. You're like, oh, this is great. But you forget you got to go all the way north. You get a quick cup of coffee in the Bronx, and they're like, yep, leave. And then you like finish in Manhattan again.
Yeah, that's why I got the Snickers bar in the Bronx. Yeah, it was unwrapped already. It was already bitten. I was like, fuck it. Everyone else is like responsible. Here's an orange.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
an apple.
Yeah.
You don't have any allergies, right? Some dude with a do-rag was like, here's a Snickers. It was half bitten. I was like, I'll take it.
Dude, when you're running the Philadelphia Marathon, you have a loop, but when you do the loop, the people are already coming back, and like the guys from Kenya are like already like running past. Right after that, you go up the hill that you're talking about, like New York, and you do a loop around. There was a guy with a box of Munchkins, big donut fan. And I was like,
throwing them in your mouth as you walk by. As you ride by. Feeding fucking hungry.
You can catch it, Joel. You can catch it.
Eating it like a fucking pelican.
yeah,
No
we
chewing.
started together. This is why I got into producing, and he's a headliner.
Jeez, man. Yeah. Good times, man. Yeah, it's a good run. I'm thinking of doing the Venice in Italy this year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I already bought I already got the. I'm already signed in, but it's whether or not I can afford the ticket out there.
Okay.
Well, we do fundraisers. We'll do a fundraiser for you.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone got to GoFundMe. That'd be so dirtbag, right? It's like, hey, for Sergio's run, in
In Italy.
Venice. Yeah, in Italy.
Yeah, it's as long.
It's always weird when people have a GoFundMe for like their yoga retreat. It's like, fuck you. There's people with tumors that are the size of their fucking heads.
Yeah.
When we need it. Oh, shit.
Dude, that's what another thing. Like, you have another unique thing about you. Not only are you from Manhattan, born and raised, but your birthday is on 9/11.
Yeah, every year.
Every year. Every year.
Shit.
That's a dirtbag birthday.
Like, you turned 21 when it happened.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like being named Karen now.
Yeah, it was quite a sight.
Because you have a joke about it, but seriously, I mean, it's like anticlimactic.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, it was surreal to me because all this shit's going on, and I'm still thinking that they just want. Can I party?
The party's still on tonight? Oh, shit, dude. That's crazy.
21-year-old me. Yeah, things have changed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, I remember that day, like, because we had off school. Cause I watched the whole thing happen from Staten Island. Like, you could take, from Wagner College.
Oh, you were Wagner then, yeah.
And I just went on I was 21. I went on a beer run, I remember the guy at the liquor store was like, "Oh, big party tonight," and I'm like, "Oh man, come on, like." Yeah, yes, but no. Like,
right.
like, don't be an asshole.
Yeah,
Don't say that.
Seriously.
But also, yeah, we're gonna have a couple of drinks.
You should have wrestled him to the ground. Because that's it. I've always admired wrestlers. Like,
Me
wrestlers
too.
are tough motherfuckers. And Joe's a
That's how
wrestler.
he got through that 6 miles.
Yeah, that was the will.
Yeah.
Nobody's more mentally tough than wrestlers, man. I've run into.
tough,
Yeah.
man. They're
Yep.
tough.
That's why they're so good at MMA, all that stuff.
I think it's the most important, probably, discipline in MMA.
Out of the three,
Absolutely. If you're going to have
Yeah,
one, if you're
yeah.
building a fighter, it's either that or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I agree, man.
because
So,
boxers, do you get lost on the mat at first, like when you're doing it?
I never fuck around with the man. I'm just straight up standing. I'm not fucking around. You're not gonna have your tail in my face. That shit will happen quick. I don't know how to use my legs or
Yeah.
like
Get lost. I don't even get on.
Yeah, that would be a tough feat.
Yeah.
Well, we
Dude, I
should-
love watching.
But I always wanted, like, this is some dirtbag shit, but I've always wanted to see Joel, like, use his wrestling.
Oh, dude.
Like on a stranger.
Yes.
In a pub.
Yes.
Yeah, after a show. I always wanted it. So.
Oh, secretly.
Yeah. I would spill a drink on Joel and be like, it was that guy right there. To see if he will fucking do it. Nah, but you were always a gentleman. Oh. Yeah, you got a cool temper. I remember one time you got worked up. We were doing a show with a magician, and the magician left his doves in the car. And I was giving the magicians doves like soda caps of water, and Joe was irate. Joe was like, "What? Who would do this? Who would do this to these poor birds?" And the magician was just like, "We're just chalking up as dead stock." And he could write it off. Yeah. So I thought he was gonna wrestle the magician then,
Yeah.
but
Dude.
Well, he also has
did
a sign that goes, "This is bird number 123," and I would go, "That's also not a joke."
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot about that part of the story. Now I do. I remember. I
It's
know.
all surfacing now. All of our road trips, it's just surfacing to the top.
So what was ground zero with you guys? When did you meet?
Well, we met in
The Laugh Lounge.
Oh, the
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah.
What was it? Was it? It
That
was
Lower East Side.
And you were running
comedy
that
club.
show, or
No,
I think you were
no.
just doing stand up at that time.
I was just
Okay.
doing stand up. I
Okay.
hadn't started producing shows. Just trying to get as much stage time as I can. I was actually doing Becky Donahue shows, and then like Sergio had already got passed and was doing like the later shows that we were like almost like trying to peer in, be like, I wonder what that's like. Yeah, that's prime time, and he was on prime time doing
cool.
Bird Smooth and all these shows. There was a lot of guys who used to hang out there. It was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, now it's a taco spot.
Oh shit.
It's just what it is. It's just what it is.
I'll tell you how, dude, that's why comics are so self-deprecating. I just put him up on a pedestal and he goes, the place is gone.
It's gone. It's gone a long time ago. I should have knew better when I was paid out of I was giving cash out of someone's bra. I was like, here you go. Good set. It's just what it is. It is. A clear indication that a place is going to go under when you're paid with sweaty $5 bills. And so, great job.
Oh shit.
So, you know.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. But I'm happy to be out here, man. It was a nice, smooth drive.
Nice.
I got Rob, who's featured tonight, so it should be a good time. And a very interesting choice of a host. The guy looks just like me, so that should be awkward.
Well, so here's
He's just like a better looking version of me. Yeah, just get the better looking, well in shape guy to do the time up front, and then do the one
hilarious,
who's
'cause
10 years older.
he's half white, half black, but that equals Puerto Rican.
Yeah, there you go.
But the thing is that he was
Yeah,
supposed
you
to.
got David Goggins opening up for me.
Goggins.
Yeah, that's who you got opening up for me. A fucking Navy SEAL.
Dude, pull-ups for 36 straight hours
Yeah,
or whatever he
yeah.
does, right? Yeah.
Stay hard.
So
I love David
I
Goggins.
hear
by
him
the
in
way.
my voice when I do that. It doesn't show that I do the treadmill. I do the treadmill 5 days a week.
He's great.
And,
I like this first book.
If I want to stop before my time's up, I'm like, you fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Like it's David Goggins in my head 'cause from that Rogan appearance. You know.
He fucked himself up though, right? There's got to find a balance.
Well,
Like,
and I don't have to worry about being that guy. I just need a little
yeah,
tiny bit
no,
of
he
what
is a
he's
little bit.
got.
I'm taking a dose. Yeah, I need 15-second clip of him. I don't need to,
Right.
because he's an extremist.
He's a very much. Did you ever see those clips of him setting the pull-up record? It's insane.
No, I haven't. I've
He
read
did-
about it.
He did something crazy, like 12 straight hours of pull-ups.
He
or something.
failed the first time.
Yes.
And he did it
And
again.
he did it again. Maniac. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we could go off for hours about David Goggins, but go ahead, Joel.
You guys lost me when you started talking about reading books.
There's an audio version for you, pal.
Common theme on the pod, Sergio.
So to break the fourth wall, what happened was Albert was supposed to be on the show last Thursday, and we were doing a Father's Day comedy and cigar show, and then Greg Stone, one of our good friends, wife ended up going into labor. So the show got moved. We're going to reschedule it. Very happy for him. So I moved him on to this week. And
Yeah, I mean, who does Greg Stone think he is? Like, having kids during a Soul Joe event. Like, he could have timed that a little better.
Yeah. Well,
Based on his selfish. Jesus Christ.
But based on his social media post, it really happened.
Yeah, right. He's taking it to the. He's really running with that scam.
Yeah.
Oh, can you reach it?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
I mean, and you're a father too, man, balancing it all.
Yeah.
On top of everything we just talked about.
Right.
Yeah, I have and I got a new home too. So I got I got a place in upstate. What I'm calling it upstate, but it's Cortland Manor, Westchester County. So the family's up
to
there.
you, it is up, like from the Lower East Side. That's.
But it's a totally different scene. I mean, in my neighborhood where I'm at, because I have a place in the city, 15 feet from my front door, there's crackheads and heroin addicts, and 15 feet away from my home upstate, there's gophers and groundhogs. Yeah, and
Not golfers, the animals.
yeah, gophers.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're a problem. They're pregnant too, and it's like all these pregnant fucking groundhogs. Like, they're annoying. It's like, okay, I'm here now. I'm gentrifying their neighborhood.
How long until they're living in your living room?
Yeah.
Dude, but that's what I love
about groundhogs. They like to fuck. You don't know that. They like to fuck.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, well, I got video. Just Venmo me, PayPal, Cash App, whatever you like, and I'll give you all the footage you need.
Oh shit.
But that's what I love about New Yorkers too, man. When you're doing a show in New Jersey or Pennsylvania, they don't say north, south, east, west. They're like, it's deep into Jersey. It's deep. Do you say that?
Yeah, deep in Jersey. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the north, west, south, all that shit is like, nah, it's irrelevant to us. It's like,
Yeah.
it's deep.
Once you get outside of New York City, you're like lost.
Yeah, for sure. It's all the same shit. It's all the same. I go to Staten Island. I'm like, ooh, well, it's just, so it all kind of blended together.
Right on.
It's ignorance.
Yeah. You go visit Chrissy D?
I have, and I've one time we did a pod. We did a
Dude, when you just
podcast.
laugh thinking about Chris DiStefano, I can only imagine,
just imagine
what just
Chris
went through your head.
DiStefano.
Can't say
I
that,
did a
can't say that. Let me tell you this story.
Yeah, early morning podcast. He was swollen from like the Thai food he ate the night before. Hair like a cockatiel. He was a mess. Yesterday's dinner stained on his shirt. And I thought, just because he has a lot going on, I figured I'll bring my electric scooter and ride back to the ferry.
Oh, okay.
And I'm thinking I'm in the city. I'm not. I'm in Staten Island. And you
Oh.
guys have turkeys and beer. And there's not unpaved roads. I'm just on the fucking scooter like that. I'm like, it's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. But I did that for my friend because he's very busy.
That's very
with
nice.
family,
Very thoughtful,
but
yeah.
I'm like going through fucking bushes on the electric scooter.
Yeah, he didn't come pick you up.
Yeah, well, he picked me up, but I decided to ride myself back to the ferry. So that was my last visit to Chrissy D.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You and James Maddern, a.k.a. Mad Dog, we got grandfathered in.
Yes.
It looks like you guys have the most fun on on the road together.
Yeah. He's James is great, and so I spent a lot of time with them, and it's fun. It's three different personalities, but then you got to worry about James and the peanuts he can eat, the nuts he can't eat. It's like a whole thing. It's like I got to make sure if I bring cashews with me, they're in a Ziploc bag.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. I mean, this guy performs in front of complete strangers, and it doesn't have an ounce of fear, but you fucking bring a pecan near him, and he's like, oh. It's like it's a weird dynamic.
Dude, he'll look. I don't know why, but I think subliminally I have a craving for peanuts when I'm around this dude.
Yeah.
And like he'll look at the packaging and be like, "No, you don't understand. It's not peanuts, but it was cooked in peanut oil."
Yeah. It's like that kid that's allergic to the sun. I mean, it's a lot to deal with. I just don't want.
But that's why I love Chris too, man. Not only is he bringing his boys, but like, dude, talk about you as a headliner opening up and James, the best hosts in the game. That's already a show.
Yeah, it's a
real.
lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and to see Chris's growth has been very fascinating because I used to work with him and we'd be doing like the Syracuse Funny Bone and to be half filled, and then it's such a different
Yeah.
chain of, what we're experiencing something so different. And, those crowds, they know Chris, they know a little bit of me from the podcast, so they're like ready to rock. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The thing is, you get spoiled. Like, you get on stage in front of thousands of people, and they're like on board, and then almost inevitable, the following Monday, when I do a show like at a regular club in New York, I eat it because it's such a different dynamic. I'm going up like I'm hot shit, like how did Yeah. But like, now I'm in the grind again, and these people don't give a fuck. They have no idea.
Right.
So
There's no better profession on the planet to keep you humble.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah,
My
fucking
pleasure,
A.
man.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergio Chicon, give out all your social media.
Everything at Sergio Chicon. That's IG and Facebook, and the website sergiochicon.com.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you, man. We'll see you soon.